Cabanga ukuthi niyasichusa phela mina ngushandisi ngitshela mina
Lo kwakagoge noma uthola ithumba ngabona kula njenganyamazana magagesi thomba lihlobo kohle kwamalangakazi namhlanje sinawaphoza futhi la kwimbumba yama-Africa Television sisaqhubeka nje neingxoxo ezivamise ukuba nazo to enlighten our people babone ukuthi la sithi sikhona what is going on siyazi noma sazi. You can always subscribe on our channel, share our links. We are Tola on different platforms like Facebook, Magic Flows TV, YouTube, and so forth and so forth. So, siyacela nibe nathi umnandi ukuba nani sonke isikhathi sila we feel at home. Ntakakhoza sikwamukele futhi.
Alright, ngiyabonga ukuphinde kube khona. Ngiyacabanga ukuthi okugcina kulonyaka bakhona ngoba kwanazi ukuthi siyawuvala unyaka manje siya kunyaka ka-2023 ka 2022 siyawuvalelisa asethemba ukuthi siyobuye sibonane sisabonana siphila. Siyathokoza.
Ngazosiphatheleni what does the 2023 uzanani wona ngoba iziningi igemegeme that we have seen this year. Politically, economically, nje na general empilweni which makes it a concern for us ukuthi sithole kule ndima le sikhuluma lo limi esilikhulumayo ngingasasho kwisiZulu noma isiNgisi. Topic yethu namhlanje after ilokhuzana show that we recently had kunembuzo nje noma ithe ukuhlangahlangana but yona ya kwi direction yodwa. Main one being we have uqhaqa or a lot of malls and shopping complexes now emalokishini ethu esinawo madolobheni ethu esinawo, and we have even developed the concept ukuthi I'd rather go to the mall kunokuthi ngiye ku-CBD. Baphoza angichazele. These malls and shopping centers in township, it's still a concept of freedom and economic empowerment.
Yeah, omunye ngathi asisho yafika intuthuko yafika inkululeko sekufike seyifikile ngoba ngakithi sekune plaza sekune mall kuzinto enjalo. Yeah, hayi mina ngesingami mangiyibuka akusiyo inkululeko esicelayo leyo eyokuthi sibe namaplaza ey'ndaweni zakithi emalokishini noma amaplaza nama shopping malls endaweni zama-rurals emafama endaweni zasemakhaya. No. Mina engubhekile la ukuthi if sikhuluma ngokuthi we are developing people, it's not that we are bringing our businesses. Let's say I am the colonist. I colonize these people. It's not that I'm bringing my businesses to them to buy and make profit for me, and then I'm saying I've developed your well-being. No. I'm going to be saying ngalutho labantu. I'm going to be saying ngalutho labantu. Uma uthuthukisa abantu uyashintsha usiguqula isimo sabo ebebekade beyisona usenze sibe isimo esesingcono nesesicishe sifane nalesi esabelungu ababekade babacindezele uvala igebe eliphakathi kwabo yilento ofuna ukuyenza. But in this case you don't because labantu still basarelaye ukuthi bazophuma bayoqashwa lapha ya efemini ekaKobasi. Bebeqashe efemini kaKobasi uKobasi abanikeze leyo madlana abanikeza yona mayeqeda ubanikeza leyo madlana bahambe across the street. There is a shop for Rupert, and then they will buy a bread and milk and a cold drink and some cosmetics from the Rupert's shop. and then he's taking this money back. You went to collect it from Commerce, now you are giving it to Rupert with the shop there. It's not the shop where you stay, and then you say, yes, now I'm better. That is not. We haven't even went an inch to develop black people.
So would you say it's advanced capitalism?
It is more like that. Advanced capitalism as well. Because they have increased the capitalism and monopolize the economy that was supposed to be handled and better the life of the people. They did not. Instead, they blind them. It's a trick. It's a politics. What has happened? So a government does not awaken us up because it's within their pockets. It's within the captains of the industry's pockets. You see, so in this way, we haven't done anything. We haven't gone anywhere. We are repeatedly saying, hey, this is a liberation movement. There is no liberation movement yet because we haven't been liberated economically. If we liberating people economically, liberate them by transforming them economically. Let's have our stake there. What I mean, not just the shares. I'm not talking about shares. I'm not talking about the fronting. I'm talking about us being developed with our ideas and our businesses and be partners in whatever business that is run within those complexes that are being built or being brought to the black populated areas. Imagine all there are shops there. I don't want to mention their names, but there are shops there. All these names, when you see them, there's none is a black shop there. In a full complex or a full plaza, there is none is a black shop. There's no way. Have you seen when you get to the black businesses? It's written there if is a Makubo dealer, is Makubo dealer. If maybe is a Ndombela, is Ndombela general dealer. That's the business. So we need to transform that into a bigger firm. That is what we want. Not this thing, what is happening. So far, there is a political robbery. What is happening?
So I would say this maybe, or I would ask like this. Like during those days of fighting with the apartheid regime and of the underground struggle, there were times like or lessons to teach young minds this is where we're coming. Would you say it's a lack of education, or is the education system teaching us about these things that you are talking about? And the history, the rightful history that we should be knowing as black people when it comes to politics, economy, education, tradition, and so forth and so forth?
It's complex. It's a lack of education, and it's a misleading education, and it's a government that does not want to advocate truth anymore to people because now they are in power. The government that has associated with the very same person that was oppressing them. So I sat around the table and agreed terms in things that they have agreed on. And then now it's no longer having an aggression and biting or attacking serious issues that black people needs to be represented upon by the very government. So now it's all about having deals, having some income from the people that are positioning themselves as the investors, and then whatever money that has been given to this government, firstly they will divert the education of the public, the education of the black struggle. They divert it firstly. Secondly, they adopt patriarchy, as we were talking about the gender violence and this separation of representing one side of a gender and the other one is not being represented, is not even attended to. The only time they attend to the male gender is when they attend with police and jail and all horrors and all other things that will make a man to fear. You see, it's things like that. But it's all come from the government that has deviated from the political struggle of a black person. That is the reason. Is a government that in its administration is full of spies, is full of people who represent their stomach more than what is required to the black nation. They rather spy and try to eliminate or shut the mouths of those who are talking out there, just because they want to do what? They want to fill up their stomach with the income that they're going to get to those people who are positioning themselves as investors. That is the problem that we have. So we have totally deviated from what we were fighting for during the apartheid time. People are lost, and are lost not because the truth is lost, because the truth is being kept by the very same leaders that we have. That is
And then the education system of this country.
The education system of this country is only teaching us how to be better slaves.
Elaborate.
The education system of this country is preparing us to be able to fit in the monopoly capitals businesses. Mostly is theory. And why at the first and foremost, why we have to buy education, why we have to pay so much for education? That's one of the things. So it shows that actually it's not meant for us to be educated, but we are meant to work. So they're just preparing us to go there and be able to be usable when they are using us in their businesses in terms of developing them and making them better. That is the only thing. There is no way where they are giving people a free quality education by upgrading their skills. We need to skill the generation of the black child, not to only giving them the theory. Also the theory that is attached with payment is wrong.
The education system that we have now, we have explained. So now, one would ask, if going back now to history, early 1400s, if you were to go back, what would you have fixed from the leadership of Amakhosi and all those, the settlers, the Jan van Riebeeck, and so forth and so forth? If you can go back there, and how has also that affected black people? But if we are back in move, what would
Yeah. Firstly, South Africa we must fix the name South Africa. First and foremost. Let us remove the direction name and put the name of the country back, because it was taken away. The name of this country, South Africa, today as is known as South Africa, was not South Africa, was Azania. Okay? It means the land of the black people, the land of birth. This is Azania. Let's fix that first. Secondly, there should be no big cities that are named after the colonists. It's more like we're still embracing the past that is horrible to the black people. We are still living in Johannesburg. The person who came and stole our gold. We are still living in Pretoria. The person who used our people, Andres Pretorius, used our people to fight against the British. And many black people were killed in the Anglo-Boer War. And there is nothing that we got back as the compensation of what we have done in drawing our blood in their battle on top of our land, fighting for our land as well. Them fighting for our land, on our land, and spitting blood. They have nothing that they have done. Andros Pretoria, South Pretoria, this one. We're still having, even on that Anglo-Boer War, there was a lot of black people who were coming from the side of KwaZulu-Natal, coming from the side of Eastern Cape and the South Coast, who were fighting inside the British Army, fighting against the Boers, the Afrikaners. So we need to get into those issues and say, as they were fighting there, Cecil Rhodes was the one who was leading the British. As they were doing that, what is it that we have got back as black people? Nothing. Secondly, I don't know, we need to go back and fix of the kings. Our many kings were slaughtered. And the families of those kings are still poor even today. There's nothing that they got as a compensation. Kings, prince, the warriors, the regiments. We talk about so many people that were involved in the wars of that time. That was politics, the primitive politics of that time. Politics did not come at the time when we are wearing ties and shining shoes. It came at the beginning, very long time, even before King Shaka was born, even before Malandela was born, even before so many other kings that we know of, they born, because politics began as way back as in the Bible era. But what I'm saying is that if we can go back at least to the time when the colonists stepped its foot in 1848, coming down here and say they are the tourists, and then they ended up being the murderers, the rapists, and the thieves, and all that. It must start from there. As I was saying, that there are so many people, were black people who were used in their clash and wars, in the Anglo-Boer wars. Both sides, there were black people who were used and they killed. There's nothing they got, those people. And then there was even a time when the King Makoma was killed, murdered, and he was slaughtered. His head was slaughtered because King Makoma fought. He's a son of Hitsa, King Makoma. He fought. His father was not that aggressive, but yet he was killed also. But Makoma fought. That is why we need to demand a compensation that can be paid back to those people, and say, look, we have messed you up, we have caused a trauma in you, and please, we are sorry with what we have. It never happened that. We need to talk about the Nama people who were massacred in Namibia. We need to talk about the Luo people who were massacred in Kenya. We need to talk about the Mau organization that was sent pillar to post in jails and tortured and all those. That was an organization. But I'm talking about the tribe of the Luo people in Kenya that was massacred. So you see, there was a time when even the King Dingan was tied with a rope and tied to the horse tail, and the horse was beaten galloping towards the border of Swaziland. King Tingane was falling, running after a horse, hit on stones, hit on rocks, and all those things until he died. They put him in. The whites were happy, were ululating and jubilation and in jubilation about that. So you can see that there are so many things that when we go back we need to address. There are so many things. Even women, I'm talking about the queens, the way queens had to go through. Even women For an example, I'm talking about Sarah Pathman. What has been done to Sarah Pathman? The only thing that has happened is that the remainings of Sarah Pathman were brought back in the country during the Mandela era, but the actual core problem that and the trauma that left the people who are associated with the cause, it hasn't been addressed yet. Those are the things that I think we need to do.
You can see, like, as I asked previously, as people are crying and everything. We see in South Africa right now, it's left, right, and center. We starve, and next year, if I'm not mistaken, in 2024, we are going to the elections. We are going to do the elective conference of the ruling party in different provinces. Now they are going nationally. With all that have been said, what is the type of South Africa that you would say we need?
We need a type of South Africa that is no longer a South Africa. It's a South Africa is a direction, and a direction that does not lead us anywhere. We don't even know where we're going, but we're following the direction. Of course, it's Africa in the south, but the name of the country is not being called. The name of this country is Azania. So we want Azania, the land of the people. That one must be brought back, that this is the land of the people. This is how we can say now we're starting to relate to the true history of the land. Because whoever said South Africa, it was people who were traveling. And they know who were those people who were traveling, and they went to the north of Africa, to the west of Africa, to the east of Africa, Central Africa, and then suddenly they ended up in the southern of Africa, and then they say they are in South Africa. Who were those people? So this is not South Africa, this is Azania. So Azania is a land of the people, is a land of birth. So we are saying God is with us in this land. We are saying God must not bless Africa, but God must fulfill the willings of the black people. When we are saying, it must not say Nkosi Sikeleli Africa, we are saying God fulfilled the will, the wishes and the prayers of black people in Africa. If you are saying that, then you are particularly indicating that you are dealing with Africa for Africans by Africans. So South Africa is not our name, is an adopted name. Let us start there fixing that one. Maybe that's why we have so many chaotic things and dramatics and so bad lucks and karmas that are falling upon us. It's because of even the name that we are calling does not belong to ourselves. You see, our ancestors, sometimes they wonder who we are. We are saying, we are going around and claiming we are the South Africans. It's like you are saying you are an American. It's like you are saying you are whatever. You are saying you are a foreigner in your country. No, you are not a South African. You are an Azanian person. So let's start there and call ourselves the Azanians. And then we know that God, we're saying God bless us, black Africans, and fulfilled the wishes of the black people. Which is the wishes? What are the wishes? The wishes is to liberate us. We need to be liberated economically, educationally, politically, even culturally. We need to be liberated.
Hayi, siyabonga kakhulu Mr. Khoza. Yazi ukuthi like kahle ngesikhijacker nje, but whenever sikhijacker, you are always there for us. You are always willing to give us information, share with us. Siyabonga kakhulu, and hopefully very soon futhi sohlangana kule platform siphinde sikhulume. I would like to thank everyone who has been following our work, who has been viewing our videos, who has been sharing our work, who has been asking us to come up with topics. and follow-up topics to the struggle that we are fighting with this type of knowledge that is being provided. Please, my people, do not forget to subscribe Imbumba Yamadoda TV on Facebook, on YouTube. We are there. We are on different WhatsApp platforms where one can share, and none platform any strategy can share.
And Imbumba Africa.
And Imbumba Africa, Imbumba Yamadoda, you can download our videos. Siyabonga kakhulu isikhathi nisiphe sona. We'd like to thank the team that is behind this work we are doing. Everyone involved, we thank you so much. Until we meet next time, I am Temkosi Goke Ncome. Ngihamba noba ukhoza la sibongele kakhulu.
Ngiyabonga nami ukhoza lo untshingo kamahole. Wena welalela lala nomlendo lavuka la uncindela ukhombisela ngicaba amahlokohlokohle wazinhlo. Siyathokoza.
Siyabonga. Sengivala nje ushinto ebalekile uMnumzane Khoza ngami ngizovala ngalamazwi athi God bless Africa, heal our land, we pray, amen.